Hi, I'm the Me of Me and Stu Foods in Montreal. We are gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free baking facility and prepared foods. And we've decided that people at home should be able to make our brownies whenever they want them, fresh and right out of the oven. So we have prepared a dry brownie mix that all you'll need to add will be the eggs and the oil, and within 10 minutes it'll be in your oven, and an hour later you'll have fresh, delicious, wonderful, gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free brownies to do with what you wish. Freeze it, eat it, share it, don't share it, whatever you like, you know? So in our dry mix you will get pre-measured flour, baking powder, salt, and cocoa, very high quality cocoa. Very high quality cocoa bits, chocolate chips made with very, very delicious chocolate, also dairy free, everything's dairy free. You'll get pre-measured sugar, which will be organic cane sugar. For the purpose of the video, I'm using white sugar because that's what I have in my house, and I haven't been out shopping in the last 7 weeks, so we're lucky I have this. You'll have to provide the oil, whatever kind you like. I'm using canola oil, and you'll have to provide the eggs. I can actually tell you how to make them vegan as well, but that's gonna be another video because I like to have a bit of a cliffhanger going. And basically, that's it. These 5 things are gonna go into your bowl. You're gonna mix it up. You can do it by hand if you don't have a mix master. You can do it with a hand mixer if you like. You can do it with a big mama machine like I have. Any of the ways it'll come out fine. You'll have to beat your eggs rather well if you're doing it by hand, but it'll still work. Don't limit yourself if you don't have a machine. And then you'll have to prepare your baking dish. I have a coated 9 by 12. I suggest this size, but if you don't have one that's coated, you can spray it. I like to use parchment paper. You can use parchment paper with spraying it, or just parchment paper, or just spray. And I like to fold it like this and leave a big long tongue, so that later on, once the brownies are cooled, I can lift the whole thing out, put it on a cooling rack or on a cutting board or anything like that. And so that's pretty much my introduction to our little brownie baking video, and now we can get to actually making the brownies. So the first thing that I would do is, I would put my eggs in the bowl. Okay, now we're gonna add the sugar. I know it looks like a lot of sugar, but really we have a lot of brownies. And then I'm gonna add the oil in. So if I was mixing this by hand, I would beat the eggs with a whisk and then add my stuff in, but because I'm using the machine, it's gonna do all the hard work for me. It's gonna make a bit of a noise. So you just really want your sugar to be well mixed in with your eggs and your oil. It gets a little bit thick, but it all ends up really quite fine in the wash. So here we go. So we're mixing. I don't know if anybody's timing this, but it's been less than a minute. I'm gonna stop the machine. I'm gonna add my dry till it's incorporated. I like to move the paddle out of the way as much as possible. And then just really dumping it in. And when you get your package at home, you don't even have to take it out of the bags. You can work right from the bag. Then I'm gonna mix this up until it's all incorporated. And again, if you're doing this by hand, work your muscles. It's a good workout. It's a good COVID-19 little arm workout. Just to smush it all together. Nothing better than a good smush. All right. I don't think we're even close to 10 minutes yet. Now I'm gonna add in my very, very delicious chocolate chips, which I don't suggest that you eat before you put them into your brownies, because you will eat all of them because they're so good. Now they're in there. You can hear them going clunk, 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 clunk in the beater. And that's it. So Now they're all mixed together, and this is what the batter looks like when it's pretty much ready to go into the oven. You just have to transfer it to the pan. Oop, that was plumpy. And off we go. Just clean off my beater best I can. I'm trying to be super neat today because I'm filming. I'm not really usually this tidy when I bake. I make a big mess. But just to impress all of you, I'm trying to do it as neatly as possible. Pouring it into the pan. Super easy, just pour. You don't have to do anything fancy. And you can see that the parchment paper stays pretty much in place. And it's a really nice batter. It's a really good batter to lick the bowl, just saying. Not that I'm telling you to do that because people think that eating raw eggs is dangerous, which I cannot confirm or deny, but if you want to taste it, I'm sure you'll be fine, just saying. And that's it. We're done. Now I'm gonna put it into the oven for an hour. My oven's set at 350, but those kinds of directions would be on your package. And I'm gonna go to the oven now. You're not gonna see me. Oh, here's my hand. And in the oven. There we go. Setting my timer for an hour and 5 minutes. If you like your brownies mushy gushy, you can underbake them. If you like your brownies drier and more crunchy, you can overbake them. But an hour, 5 minutes at 350 in a home oven is gonna do the trick. All right, I'll let you see it when it comes out of the oven. Okay, so brownies are coming out in like 25 seconds. Very exciting. They're gonna be great. I have full faith. And then when it's time to take them out of the pan, I'll show you how to do that. And before we're done, I will tell you a little secret about the next video that I think I'm going to be making. It's going to be about the, oh, you have to wait. Sorry. Here we go, taking them out of the oven. You can't see me because I'm hiding in the corner. Oh my God, these are gorgeous. These are gorgeous. Look at these gorgeous brownies. This is gorgeous. This is a gorgeous pound of brownies. So you can cut these up into like 24 pieces. I'm gonna stop the timer because that's really annoying. So these can be cut into like 24 pieces, or you can cut them into 48. If you want, you can make tiny little bite size. I've gotten over 100 little pieces, like when we do a trade show and we taste them, we cut them really, really tiny. But for the most part, we cut this into 24. And you know, if you don't want to do any of this work, you can just call us up and we'll ship you brownies already made, right? So you can find us at means2.com. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook. I'm gonna learn how to make a TikTok. I don't really know what that is, but I'm gonna learn. And we're also on Twitter. So yeah, make them at home, buy them online, whatever you want. We're super easygoing. But we really would love for you to be enjoying brownies at this time, because who doesn't want to enjoy a brownie? And of course, you know, you can freeze them. You can freeze them, you can warm them up in the microwave and eat them with your favorite ice cream, dairy, non-dairy, whatever you like. You can slice them open and put ice cream in the middle, make an ice cream sandwich. You can eat them frozen. My kids eat them frozen right out of the freezer. You can eat them warmed up, any way you want them. They're just super delicious, and I can't tell you enough about them. But moving forward, the next video I make is going to be these crackers. Okay, these are stupid simple to make, delightfully crunchy. See? Oh my God, so good. Oh, that's what I've done now. So these are full of seeds, full of fiber, full of protein. There's no sugar in them. They're vegan. For all of the whole recipe, there's like 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So you would get a bag of all the dry ingredients, 1 bag, everything, throw it in a bowl, mix it together with oil and water, lay it down on a pan, and you bake it. But that really, the whole thing's gonna happen on another day. This is my little teaser. Anyways, back at you in about an hour when I'm gonna take these out of the pan, but it's obviously not, I'm not gonna make you sit here for an hour. We're gonna stop the camera now and come back to you in an hour. Full hour later, how do you feel? A little darker outside, got a bit colder. It's May, it should be warmer, but anyway. So here's the little trick I was telling you about. Hopefully it won't fall apart. I'm gonna loosen the edges slightly because really if it made a big mess, I'd be very, very, very embarrassed. So I'm just gonna run, you could use a spatula or a spatula knife like this one, anything. You really only have to do it on the two sides where there's no paper. If you prepare your pan without paper and you just use spray, I would suggest loosening it all the way around. Just so you know, you don't leave any brownie in the pan, because I mean, that's fun to scrape off and stuff, but one of your brownie pieces will be less than perfect. But as you can see, with the paper, you just lift it out and not a lot to clean. But there is a little bit here that you might want to shove in your mouth, just saying. So I'm gonna just give you a quick tutorial on how to cut it in case you want to get it into 24 pieces. I mean, you can really cut it any way you want, but typically we will cut it in the center. I mean, it still might be a little bit warm, but I just want to show you. So now we have two large pieces that then I cut into it's very warm. 4 slices from here. And then these all get cut into 3s. So I'll end up with 12 pieces on this side and 12 pieces on that side. And as you can see, they're fairly large pieces. You may not want your brownies to be this big, because if you have a brownie this big, you're going to eat a brownie this big, I promise you. But if you cut it in half, then you might be able to get away with only eating half a piece. Faced with an entire piece, you will surely enjoy an entire piece. Okay, I'm just gonna do 12 of them, because I think I started cutting my brownies a little early just to show you, and so they're having a bit of a fit on me. But as you can see, they're quite large, quite lovely, very luscious. And that's the end of my little cutting tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. Bye now.